let's go to the US Open. And I want to start, fellas. I want to give you guys some trends to look out for, and everyone listening, obviously, before you go and make your selection this week. When I give you these trends, just have a think about whether or not your selections tick these boxes. We know last time, I think at the PGA, perhaps didn't tick many boxes at all, Paul, or your players.
Still had Zalatoris.
Did he win?
He was in the playoff.
Did he win?
He was in the playoff.
Okay.
Okay.
All righty. 10 of the last 10 winners have been ranked inside the world's top 30. All 10 of the last 10 previously had a top 25 finish at the US Open.
Top 25, yeah.
9 of the last 10 winners have played in 3 or more US Opens. I think, who's the man I'm thinking of? Won in his second year. Webb Simpson won in his second year.
Oh, what he won over, didn't he?
Yeah.
He
10 years ago.
Did win it at 1 over at Olympic Club, yes.
That was when they were making it nasty.
Right. 8 of the last 10 winners have finished in the top 10 in at least one of the 2 previous majors. So the PGA or the Masters this year.
Or it used to be.
Or it would have been the Masters
and the previous PGA.
Yeah.
Oh, would it? Not the old British.
No, because the PGA was last before they moved it.
They moved it a couple of times. Perhaps in that 10-year span.
Oh.
8 of the last 10 winners ranked inside the top 30% for total driving. So it's distance and accuracy. Or if I think strokes gained off the tee.
Oh, is that what total driving is?
Yeah.
Love it.
So that's for the season. 7 of the last 10 winners have not yet won a major. Majorless.
Well, put a line through a few now.
Yep.
Rory, bye. JT, bye-bye.
Can't win.
Rahm, bye-bye. Scotty Scheffler, bye-bye.
We'll see.
Should we just have Paul list off previous major winners for the rest of the podcast? Webb Simpson, can't win.
7 of the... I think there's more reasons than that. 7 of the last 10 winners had the week off prior to the US Open.
Wow, Rory, 2 strikes.
Including the last 3 winners.
Does playing Live London count as having the week off?
I think so.
That was an exhibition.
Yeah.
7 of the last 10 winners, Americans. 7 of the last 10 have finished in the top 10 in one or both of their previous 2 starts. And the average age of the last 10 winners is just a tick over 28.
Okay.
Did that all sound all right?
A 28-year-old American
who hasn't won a major.
Hasn't won a major, but has finished in the top 25, did you say?
Played 3 years US Opens, finished in the top 25, and finished in the top 10 in his last 2 starts.
Both starts or one of the last 2? One of the last 2.
At least one of.
Okay.
So we're just looking for a real good golfer this week.
Will Zalatoris. That sounds like Will Zalatoris.
Does it?
I'll have a look. Just, yeah, you keep going.
That's it for trends. But next I thought we could have a little look at previous winners. I just want to see.
Oh, he's 25.
Too young.
Too young.
Way too young.
Just want to see what your guys' memories like. I was going to start at Webb Simpson. Obviously, Pat, you've nailed that one off. If we go 10 years back, who was next? Who won in 2013?
13.
Give you a hint.
One over.
One of the 3 non-American winners in this span. We were talking about him just before.
Are we talking to South African?
No. Could have shot 57.
Oh, Team Rose.
Oh, Rosie.
Team Rose.
1 over?
Marion.
1 over. Correct. For Following him, 2014 at Pinehurst with a score of 9 under.
Martin Keimer.
Martin Keimer.
Come
Chambers Bay, 2015. I think we all
My
know this
boy
one.
Jordan. Carl remembers that fondly. I'm sure you were
Spice.
dancing through the streets of Tawa after that.
Not sure. Oakmont, 2016.
DJ.
DJ. His breakthrough. Followed by
I know Brooks had back-to-back. I don't know if it was 18 and 19 or 17 and 18.
Erin Hills, Shinnecock.
Yeah, Brooks 17 and 18 because
17 and
Shinnecock was 18.
Yep.
Mm.
Shinnecock. Sorry, Erin Hills, he won -16.
Mm.
And then they
Should
went,
that count as a US Open?
then they went
Yeah.
nasty. And
And
then
he won at +1.
How good was Shinnecock?
The year after that, the winning score was -13 at Pebble Beach.
Gary Woodland.
Gary Woodland.
He wasn't 28.
He was 35.
Hmm.
Following that, Winged Foot, -6.
Big Bryson.
Yeah. Pretty good performance, actually.
Mm.
Way to go,
I
Brooksy.
think, was he the only player under par there? Or
He was, yeah.
Yeah. While we're on the subject, we're just anytime we're talking about previous year, you just got to mention Tiger at Pebble where he was 12 under and the next best score was 3 over. Still
Yeah.
just one of the great scorecards in golf history.
It is. Truly is.
Mm.
And last year,
Preaching to the converted to Benfica.
last year, Torrey Pines,
Johnny.
Big John Rahm, -6.
Thoroughly deserved. That was
That was
not
a-
long after his, with just not disqualification, like COVID
Yeah.
withdrawal
Mm.
at the
Winning-
Memorial.
Was
Yeah,
winning,
it
winning
was
Memorial by
6 clear,
6 shots. Tough scenes there.
Did we pay out on
We
I'm
did.
not sure.
Mm.
it? Yeah.
What about multiple time winners? Can you tell me there are 4 guys that have won the US Open 4 times?
Tiger?
No.
Wow.
Tiger's won it 3 times.
Jacko.
Jack Nicklaus,
Jack Nicholas.
and the rest are
Old guys?
older than Jack.
Ben Hogan.
Ben Hogan?
Arnie.
No.
We're getting into sort of old Tom
Bob-
Watson territory.
Bobby Jones
All right.
and Willie Anderson.
Oh, good old Willie.
It was on the tip of my tongue.
Arnie, not.
Is that the one he didn't win?
Certainly hasn't won multiple.
Going back to your trends,
Yes,
28 years old.
correct.
Okay. Will is 25. Not far off. Have to have a top 10 finish in your last 2 starts.
Yes.
5th at the Memorial. Best to have the week off.
Yep.
Didn't play at the Canadian Open.
Okay.
What else was he?
Played in at least 3 US Opens.
Oh.
Previous top 15 at the US Open.
Top 25.
Top 25.
At a US Open.
He was all right
Yep.
at Tory last year, wasn't he?
Let's have a look.
Or am I
US Open, he was 6th
Mm.
behind Bryson, but he's only played 2. This will be his 3rd.
Okay.
Is that-
We'll give you that.
Okay. So he's, yep. What else was he?
Top 10 in at least one of his previous 2 majors.
Yep. 5th at the Memorial.
Majors.
Oh, majors. 2nd at this year's PGA.
Yep.
Runner up.
Top 10, top 30%. So I don't know what for strokes gained tee to green.
Strokes gained.
Where does he sit?
Where is he? Where is he? Strokes gained.
Pretty high up, I imagine.
Yeah, I'd say so
having
too.
watched him hit balls into the green.
Where is he? Where is he? Oh,
Not tee to green, off the tee.
All
Sorry.
right, yeah.
off the tee. Boom. Oh. What have I done with this?
It's not hard to find, Paul.
I know it's not. Back off, you. Oh, here it is.
I believe he does fit these trends
There
very
we
well.
go. Off
Just-
the tee, strokes gained.
Mm.
6th,
I'd say that's top 30%. Not yet won a major.
correct?
Not yet won a tour event. And yeah, that's probably about it.
He slots in
He's
there.
American.
Mm.
Yeah, so he ticks plenty of boxes,
He
you
does.
could say.
He does.
Nice.
Okay, he's not in my.
I was going to say,
I'm about to slot him in there somewhere. I'm going to take
Yeah.
money off someone else now.
Make some changes.
Yep.
How good. Right. Should we have a look at the board, the betting board?
probably should at some stage.
We'll go
Yeah.
down the list, like we did with the PGA and the Masters. And I'll throw a name to you guys and give me a couple of words on why they can or can't this week. Patrick, I'll start with you. Rory Mcilroy.
You know my rule on Rory. Just going to enjoy it when it happens.
Okay. Justin Thomas, Paul.
Well, he's certainly coming in with a whole heap of form. Was top 3 last week at the Canadian Open.
Mhm.
Won the PGA Championship. He's certainly got the game. So yes, he is a definite chance.
Scotty Scheffler.
Certainly can win. Yeah. I mean, he's not in my staking plan this week, but that's probably just a
No.
price thing.
I think his run was, while it was intense and amazing, hugely unsustainable. And we're starting to see that now.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, he's probably sort of settling towards that sort of middle of the top 10 in the golfing hierarchy rather than being the runaway number 1.
John Rahm, defending champ, Paul.
I'm going to say no. His form he's not at the peak. I think he's sort of faded away slightly.
Yeah.
Sneakily struggled around the greens quite a bit this year, which you don't want to be
Terrible
doing.
stats,
Yeah.
Terrible.
And you can't be doing that at Brookline. Also, his victory was on the West Coast.
At the Mexico Open, where I think the Live Golf event was probably stronger.
Yeah, I can't have him.
Cam Smith.
Oh, it certainly wouldn't shock me to see him there or thereabouts. Doesn't maybe profile as well for this as he does for some other tournaments, so I can't have him personally. But yeah, I'm never someone I'm going to write off.
I think driving a big issue for him.
But also, it's a course where I think you just got to be in the fight, and like
Yep.
1 or 2 over could win this thing. And if he can just
Agreed.
hold some ridiculous
Hang around.
points, yeah.
You don't want to be too far off. It looks like a course where it'd be very, very hard to chase.
Oh yeah.
Xander. Paul.
He
He was in the 2013 US Amateur field that played here.
he's got very much a Tom Melbourne feel to him.
Oh, always good to give Tommy a shout out.
I love the guy. I'd love to see him win a major, win multiple majors. And he probably has a game that suits here as well. You've got to be able to get up and down. They've got some nasty, nasty greens with sort of undulations where you can have a nice approach shot and it can roll off and down into some nasty stuff. So the ability to get up and down will come in very, very handy here. I can't back him at the price.
Is Xander sort of in the position maybe he was prior to his Masters win, where he'd sort of cooled down from his super hot run, where everyone was like, oh, yeah, this guy's a future major winner, no doubt, sort of slidden off the radar. And maybe, I'm not saying he's just more a macro point, but I still think he's going to win one day. So it's never going to shock you if you see him leading after 2 rounds, all right?
The Masters is a wee bit different because they always go back to Augusta. They're always there. So it's very much, the more you play there, the more, I guess, knowledge you gain, the better your chances. And was Hideki's putter just on fire?
Well, he had that. They came out after the rain delay on the Saturday Arvo, and the greens were like dartboards for about an hour and a half, and he just
took advantage.
Yeah.
Throwing darts, you can say. Patrick, Jordan Spieth.
Oh, can win.
Can win.
He's got this sort of, this is a Spiethy course, a little bit of Chambers Bay about it, all the sort of places you don't want to be getting in trouble. I can see him pulling off a little bit of magic. That said, I'm not backing him, but never going to. That's another one I can just get behind if he's in the chase on Sunday.
Driving it really well lately, which is rattling.
Yeah, which is weird.
And can't putt. So we all know it only takes one click and your putter can get hot. So yeah, I wouldn't.
Certainly capable of magic around the greens.
Yeah. Patrick Cantley.
Nope.
No.
He's still working on a second round at Southern Hills, isn't he?
Yeah, I used to be a fan of Cantley. I've gone well off him. Oh, Paddy Ice.
Yeah, maybe he'll be the next.
Matty Fitzpatrick.
Oh yeah,
Nope.
love him.
No,
I do.
I think he's one of these guys who profiles perfectly. Everything looks great, but he's about a price range or two too high for where his actual golf. Like you look at the guys around him in price, I just think they're better golfers than he is. Can make a case, but not at that price.
I love Matty Fitz at this price.
I do.
Yeah,
I'll let you guys have him.
I actually, to be fair, I was disappointed he wasn't in our mid tier.
Yeah,
If he was
there's
only
a, there's
31s,
a couple of those guys
lovely.
coming up very shortly, but like he's a dollar less than Colin Morikawa, who's won 2 of the last however many majors. You know, like I just think he's getting a bit close to the sun here. Jordan Spieth's not much shorter than him.
Yeah,
he's still never won in the States, right?
look, we might hear more on Matty Fitz later. Might try and make a little case.
Is he 28?
See if we can get Patrick.
He's not
around.
American.
Not American.
Not
Yeah.
American.
But maybe we could trace it back. Yeah. Oh,
You don't have to hit all the
great-grandfather.
stats. Don't have to hit all the stats. We'll do a couple more. You say Colin Morikawa can win.
Yeah, we're not going to shock me. I don't think it's a great golf course from him, but he might just hit it within 3 feet of every pin. So
If
and
he
I'm
does
gonna-
that, he will win.
probably,
He
yeah.
will win.
And I'll cherry pick a couple more here as we get down the board. Will Zalatoris.
I was just going to.
He's got the game.
Yeah,
He's
certainly
got the game.
But
It just how much scar tissue has he carried over? And I don't think he has carried over much with that top 5 finish at the Memorial. I think he's back on. I think he's ready to go. It's just that those short putts. Oh man.
18 at Southern Hills.
Oh, and yeah, he's in the mix. Definitely in the mix. He's got the game. Looks like he's got the temperament as well. I'd be surprised if he hasn't picked up a major victory by the end of next season.
He's just got a major game, right? Like he just
Yeah.
consistently shows up on these tough golf courses, and I think he's always going to be there or thereabouts for the most part.
I think JT bullied him in the playoff. Not like just the fact that
As soon as they went to a playoff, JT was going to win that.
he was the big dog.
Yeah.
And it was, even if it was just subconsciously, I think Will sort of wilted slightly.
We're forgetting that Mito lit himself on fire.
Well, if I was a caddy, I
Tried
would
to-
grab that driver out of his hand on the 72nd tee, and here's your 5-iron.
Oh,
Go for
wow.
your life, buddy.
If
Oh,
any
wow.
professional golfers are watching this, Paul
Yeah,
Mighty
okay.
available
I am
for
available,
caddy duties,
especially for the Live Tour.
Couple more. Shane Lowry seems to be trending upwards of late.
Yep, love Lowry. Think he's a great fit for this golf course. Would have loved if he was paying $2 more. Could have got him in that mid tier.
He'll have a bit of support too. There's a few Irish
Mm.
of Irish sort of genealogy over that side of the sort of states.
Hey, although I saw he's been given a bit of a rough ride. He's in the grouping with 2 live guys for the first 2 rounds. So poor Shane, I don't know what he's
It'll be
done.
with Dustin and
Can't remember, but
not
yeah,
Phil Mickelson.
two of the real lightning rods as well. You guys vamp for a second, and I'll find out who it was.
Tony Finau.
Can win, will win.
Well, he showed last week at the Canadian Open.
He's back.
Game's on.
Top 10 Tony is back.
Game is on.
Yeah, he's with Lefty and Usti, Larry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That should be wild.
Just on Tony as well, I think this is the sort of we sort of think of Tony as like this real sort of birdie magnet, but I think he actually is better in these courses where he doesn't have to go out and get it, and he can just play consistent golf and not give up shots. And if the score's around par, I think that actually suits him better. Like we saw, he was riding it at Shinnecock. So
In true Tony fashion, best score on the weekend at the RBC Canadian Open and still couldn't win.
yeah. Is that the worst ever bogey-free 64 on a Sunday to finish second in
Tough
the history
things.
of the tour?
Tough scenes.
How about was it the putt on the last?
Yeah. Sort of peak Finau, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he needed it to win, it wouldn't have
No,
gone.
No. Brooks Koepka, $41.
He's got to
Probably
be injured, right?
Yeah.
The longest price we've seen for Brooks for a long time.
If he's 100%, then that price is wrong.
Yeah.
But I
I said that at the last 2 majors.
not willing to go again.
Missed the cut at both.
Given his major record, though, I feel like he's still got to back that up. You just got to have a couple on that, maybe.
Look, I wouldn't back him for top 5 or top 10, but I'd back him for a win.
Yeah.
He's either either all the way or nothing.
I feel like he sort of came out of nowhere at Kiwa last year, right? He hadn't done a lot before
Yeah.
that, and then he was just, he's there on Sunday again. Yeah.
And then you thought, sort of heading into the back nine on the final day, he's got this.
And then when he shows up at US Opens, he finishes top 5. That's just the rule, it seems like. So I guess
there's only 4 or 5 people that have beaten him in
US Opens total
since Aaron Hills.
DJ 41s.
We'll get to him later.
Okay. And we'll leave it there. We'll wait till we.
No love for Mita Pereira, about a quarter of the price he was a month ago.
It was from me.
Not from me.
I understand he's not 2 hundies this time, but I think he showed he never deserved to be 2 hundies.
Can strike the ball.
Can strike the ball.
The creek.
Alrighty. Paul, should we have a look at some early betting?
Yes.
It is, as I say, Tuesday afternoon we're recording this.
So a whole lot of markets have just opened earlier this morning. So I haven't really looked at them. I've taken a look at the outright winner book. Crikey, I wish I'd printed this bigger. Biggest bet so far, $1,000 on Sam Burns at 20-something.
26s.
26. $1,000 on Justin Thomas at
13s?
15?
15s.
15, I think. $1,000 on Colin Morikawa at 15, I think.
You want one of us to read that?
1,000 on.
Is this just your betting history?
Crikey.
Colin Morikawa at 26s?
15s.
Unlucky, man.
1,000 on Xander at 21s. 1,000 on DJ at 21s. Unlucky, man.
Yeah.
What?
300 on Max Homer at 67s.
Wow, he's into 34s.
200 on Rory at 15s.
Into 11s.
200 on Ryan Fox at 201.
Into 151s.
Oh, is it 151 now? 200 on Phil
131.
Mickelson
Into 131 Fox.
at 91. And 150 on John Rahm at 17. Those were the biggest bets on the front page.
Wow.
Right, winner.
Could they have been pre-tournament? Like pre...
Well, Max wouldn't have been
What you mean
67
before
for
the
a few
field
weeks.
was finalised?
Sorry?
Yeah.
I don't have the dates with me, but yes, a number of them would have been quite early on.
Futures, that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. That guy who got Max at 67s will be chuffed. And likewise, opposite of that, the guy that took DJ at 21s. Double down responsibly. Double down.
Ask DJ for a loan. He's got a bit of cash floating around.
Yeah, he does.
What about Schwartzel?
What?
Ask him for a loan.
Who?
Schwartzel.
Wow. Alrighty.
Right.
Let's have a look at the course. Pat, we'll start with you. What are you looking for this week?
It's going to be a tough test, I think. Yeah, we're back for a sort of more traditional US Open where par is going to be a very good score every day. So straight away I went to Bogey Avoidance. I think that's going to be huge, just not getting yourself in trouble. Driving distance, as always, is going to be key. 13 of the last 18 winners of the US Open have been top 10 for driving distance. So looking at that, obviously you want to be in the top 50 of the OWGR, 40 the last 41 major winners there. You need to be hitting greens, and when you're not, you need to be scrambling well, and you're not going to hit every green. So scrambling is key. I almost made it disqualifier if you can't scramble. I'm not putting you in my numbers this week. And then just strokes gained tee to green is always a fairly reliable. You want to be on the ball strikers at these majors. Yeah, not a putting contest, that's for sure.
Paul?
Yeah, there's a few trees, although they have taken a few of them out. There's still a few trees there. So there has to be a certain amount of accuracy off the tee, although distance far outweighs it. You've got to be as far down as you can. So
it's the same thing as the greens were, right? No one's hitting all the fairways, so
you've got to get down there. So you've got a short iron in your hand, and you've got an opportunity to hopefully stick the green. And if you don't, as Patrick said, you've got to be able to scramble up and down. Will be huge. I think putting from that you're going to have to be able to make a number of 10 footers for par. to keep yourself in the contest. But yeah, I'm looking for distance off the tee, greens in regulation, and scrambling.
Yep, I agree with everything. The greens, as you say, boys, are very small, being described as postage stamps. I've seen a few videos, a lot of rough around the greens, not a lot of fringe, which may play into some people's favours and may not. The likes of Victor Hovland, who can't chip at all. He is ranked pretty highly in scrambling from the rough. So he may someone like that may come back into it. But I think the video I saw this morning was Max Homer chipping out. Like, it looks quite, if your ball's deep, like you can still access the ball and get to it. Very thin rough, but long and wispy, and anything could happen.
Not somewhere you want to be.
It's going to be a mental battle for everyone.
Yeah.
You're going to have to bet guys who love the grind here. It's not going to be an easy 4 days of golf by any stretch of the imagination.
I feel for the poor guys with the, what are they called? The marshals. Where run out into the fairway and put the flag out to try and find the ball. Yeah.
With the fairways are 7 meters wide. The rest of it's knee-high rough.
Yeah, but I'm with you guys. You know, the standard stroke skating stuff, tee to green off a tee approach, the green, the regulation, ball striking, short game around the greens, putting, and as you said, bogey avoidance is a big one. Yeah, and then obviously I use some of those trends as well to help pick my selections this week. Patrick, we'll start with you. Your best bet under $30. Well, sorry, your best bet can be anything.
I'm going with a man who won me a major last time I tipped him out. So Justin Thomas, he's playing great golf. Obviously didn't quite get the win up in Toronto last week, but yeah, on fire. Obviously won at Southern Hills, which is not a dissimilar test to what we might get here in a lot of ways, I think. Leads the tour in bogey avoidance, 13th for driving distance, 6th for scrambling, 3rd strokes gained tee to green, 14th greens in reg. Obviously, you know, he's been there or thereabouts in a lot of majors recently. So yeah, I just think he looks like he's playing some of the best golf of his life. Having bones on the bag, certainly not a bad thing. So yeah. Give me all a JT at $13.
Paul.
Matthew Fitzpatrick at $25. Has won here. In the, I think it was the 2013 US Amateur Champs. So has form on the course, one of the few players to actually have a bit of form at Brookline. It comes in with some very good form. Look, missed the cut at the Memorial, but had a top 10 last weekend at the Canadian Open. There's one of your correct boxes ticked for the trends. Also was 5th at the PGA Championship and runner-up at the Wells Fargo before that. So hasn't finished outside the top 10 in 3 of his last 4 starts. Coming in very, very hot. Also has stats that would suggest he should do fairly well here. I just cannot read them.
Can you want me to help you out with that?
Yeah. Strokes going off the tee, but that looks like 10.
Yeah.
Same around the green. Very sharp there. I can't see, but definitely top 10-ish. And strokes going tee to green as well.
Let me help you out.
Yep.
In the last 6 months, 8th stroke gain tee to green, 7th off the tee, 15th around the greens, 25th in putting. He's 8th on tour in bogey avoidance.
There we go.
He is a guy who gets better the tougher the golf course is. Yeah. I'm torn. I've got my top 3 selections, and you guys have named 2 of them already. The other one, did he win last week?
I backed him last week, and he was a winner.
Rory.
No, yeah, Rory.
No, Rory.
I don't know. I don't know where to go. I've got Matty Fitz highlighted here, but to keep it all different, I'm taking Rory again. I love Rory. He won last week. The last time he won the week before a major, he won the major. I can't remember what year it was, but it was a PGA.
What's that? 2000.
Valhalla 2014.
14.
Must have been right. Yeah.
As we said, the live golf stuff seems to have lit a fire under Rory.
of all the golf players, he seems to be the one that has really, really taken this to heart.
Oh yeah, him and JT.
Well,
right?
that's what actually my final point on JT. I was going to say, hopefully he wins the US Open, walks off the green, has his interview, and said, "Now I've got 3 majors, one more than someone else." Drops the mic.
So yeah, back to Rory. Against the field in the last 6 months, second best golfer going around. He is first strokes gained tee to green, 4th off the tee, 21st in approach, and 4th around the greens, which is huge here. Putting over the last 6 months, bit of an issue, but he was 7th in putting last week, strokes gained putting. And he was top 5 for the other major categories last week. Ticks a lot of boxes. He will be there or thereabouts, I believe. So Rory Mcilroy, he is quite short. He's $11. It was $10 last week, so I'm getting more. I'll take that.
Yes, I'm stuck in the middle with you, and I don't know what it is I should do.
Patrick, your mid-tier, $31 to $99.
Yeah, I've sort of hinted at it already. It's just a guy I can't really let go at the price. Dustin Johnson is $41 for this major. He was shorter than that, I think maybe 32, 33 yesterday. And I looked at it and go, oh yeah, that's like getting to a stage where he has to be, like, you look at the other guys in the same price bracket as him, it's a broken Brooks Koepka, Corey Connors and Cameron Young, who are both, good young players, but they don't have anywhere near the CV DJ.
Corey Connors he was in that 2013. I think he lost his semi-final. Maybe, or won the quarterfinal, lost the semi-final. That 2013 amateur.
Want to keep an eye
on the course. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all right. Any info for the punters is always good. But yeah, I just think you look at the price for DJ. Obviously, there's he's got a lot going on in his personal life at the moment. But I think if anyone can block that out and just play golf, it's DJ, right? He doesn't necessarily have to be hot to just have a great week out of nowhere. He still finished 12th at the Masters and 9th at the Players this year, so very capable of a big performance. He's 14th on tour in driving distance, and he's been top 20 strokes gained tee to green each of the previous 2 seasons. T6 or better in 5 of his last 8 US Opens, and it is probably the most horses for courses of all the majors other than Augusta. And he was second at Bethpage in the PGA a couple of years ago, which was pretty much a US Open, the way they set that thing up with the narrow fairways and the big roughs. So I think, we know he loves a grinder. You can be in there when it's a high score wins the thing. So that $41, I think, you got to you look at the other guys around him at that price. He looks pretty good value.
Yeah. Played all right last week too in the exhibition match. Paul, your mid-tier.
Mito Pereira at $51. Right.
Finished burning yet?
I hear you say, oh,
how many creeks are there around here?
He's burnt after that PGA Championship meltdown. You can't touch him ever again.
You want me to read this for you? You were really battling it.
He was 3rd at that PGA Championship after holding the lead on the tee at the 72nd hole. But he bounced back. 7th at the Charles Schwab and 13th at the Memorial. So the guy has got some mental fortitude. Love him. He also has some very good stats. I can see that he's definitely 7th in greens and regulation. And approach the green, he's way up there as well. I just can't tell how far up. Yeah. Mito Pereira.
Hang on. We got to do this justice for you.
All right.
I'll pull him up on the computer for you.
You bring him up.
PGA Tour stats for the season: 12th tee to green, 10th in approach, 21st off the tee, 7th in greens and regulation, and that's about all I've got at the moment.
11th strokes gained tee to green, 12th. I think you said that.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Rock and roll.
Are you cashing out if he
Chile.
if he goes to the 18th with a 1-stroke lead? Are you going to lay off?
I think I've made my thoughts quite clear, and I think if he listens to the cut line, he'll know what to do.
Mito, if you're out there listening, we'd love to have you on the podcast next week, no matter where you finish.
Sí, bueno.
Please bring your reading glasses. This is another section I'm very torn on. I've got another man highlighted here.
Natalie and Brulia.
She might be playing a live next one. I'll stick with my highlighted man, Tony Finau, $31.
Tony Finau, don't dream it's over.
As I said, I think he's back. Top 10
Mm.
Tony's back.
Mm.
2 second place finishes and a 4th place in his last 5 starts. As I said, he had the best score over the final 36 holes last week. Perfect balance of power and touch for Brookline. Over the last 6 months, he's ranked as the 27th best player in the field. But if we whittle that down to 3 months, he climbs into the top 10 as in terms of players in the field. Last week, he was top 5 strokes gained tee to green, off the tee, around the green, and putting. Finished 21st in approach. I think Tony in for a big week at $31.
Very close to being my mid-tier Tony was.
Mm.
Tony Finau.
Looks like a long shot, baby.
Patrick, you're roughy.
I did kind of want to go with Bryson at $111 again. I just think,
You're paying $111.
it's
Wow.
crazy. But I went with someone else. I went with Luke Liston at 141s. He does strike the ball very well. 15th in greens and regulations, 6 strokes gained tee to green, 11th in driving distance. So certainly if he's hitting it as well as he can do, he'll be finding plenty of greens. And he was 6th at Bethpage in that PGA Championship that I referenced just before. So is capable of standing up to a stern test. I just think at $141, everything goes right. Won at Torrey, was it earlier this year in the Farmer beat Zalatoris in the playoff? That's another sort of US Open style.
0 for 2 this year,
Yeah.
boy. Sorry.
Continue.
Yeah. No, that was pretty much everything. Yeah, it does get pretty, especially being majors. We've said you want to be in the top 50 of the world rankings to be a good shout at this. But I think List is capable of at least a sort of one of those minor placings. So I'll have a shot at him at $141.
Nice. Cool.
Ruffy. Ryan Fox at $131.
Shocked.
Lid's not playing this week, unfortunately.
No, that's fine. Oh, crikey. No, I cannot read
Yeah,
this.
let me step in, mate.
I cannot read this.
Hits the ball a long way.
He does hit the ball. I think he's 6th for driving distance on the European Tour this season so far. But just have a look at his results on the European Tour. Obviously, picked up that victory at, was it Ras Al Khaimah? But he has had some, obviously, also lost in a playoff at the Dutch Open.
Yep.
Probably should have won it outright without a playoff.
Sam Horsfield.
And has had a number of top 10 finishes here as well.
First, T15, T9, T8, T2, 54, 2.
54 was the PGA Championship.
It was.
Yeah.
He was what?
Started very high.
17 after 3 rounds there.
Another one who lit himself
Oh,
on
just
fire.
had a that's right. Very, very tough final round.
Nothing else to add, Foxy?
Yeah, but I can't read it.
I'll do it for you then, because I'm on Fox too. As my Ruffy. As Patrick said, definitely got the power game. Touch around the greens, maybe a concern, and accuracy off the tee, perhaps.
You're selling me.
Well, hang on. So Versfield in the last 6 months, he's ranked 40th strokes gained tee to green, 76 off the tee. I think the accuracy will be the big issue there. 13th in approach, 51st putting. So middle of the pack, but at 151s, 131s. Definitely worth a shout. If you have a look at datagolf.com, go down the list there. He is, not that this means much, but the top European based player in the field in terms of where they sit. So
650 for top 20.
you can get close to $3 for a top 40 too. So Ryan Fox, 131s now. Better get that bet on before that comes in anymore.
I think the money will keep coming for him, no matter the
I think
price,
so too.
reckon?
Yes, I think so too. Yes,
Danny Lee's in the field as well, of course.
401s he was when I last checked. Minwoo Lee also 401s. Danny Lee 4-1. Yep. All right. Let's have a look at our staking plan as we wrap this edition of the Cut Line up. Any other notables you wanted to mention?
I was going to say a couple of guys I really like in that sort of
Mid-tier?
not quite mid-tier range. If Sam Burns had been $31 instead of 26, there's a good chance he's my mid-tier. Shane Lowry, I've already touched on, he's in my staking plan, so those two really jumped out to me as well. I think Sam Burns would not shock at all if he wins this.
I had Max and Sungjae.
Yeah, I was very close tipping Sungjae as well. I just everyone's backed him. It seems like he's one of those ones. That,
36.
Yeah.
Crikey.
He ticks all of those boxes too, except being American.
He's playing good
Step
golf
out.
as well.
Sneaky good, like under the radar.
Yeah.
good.
I like HV3 at 67.
Well, for this or for Portland?
I like HV3.
Gross. He had his chance last week. Blew it.
Mhm.
All right,
Going back to
Pat,
the end.
$200 to splash around this week. What are you doing with it?
Yeah, a bit all over the place for my staking this week. $20, Justin Thomas, outright winner, $13. Shane Lowry, $29, $10 on that. DJ, $10 on him as well at 41s. $3 on Bryson at 111s, just because you've got to do it at that price. And $2 on Luke List to win at $141. 50 each on JT for a top 5 at $3.50 and DJ for a top 10 at $5.
Nice.
Shane Lowry, top Euro, $20 at 9s. Sungjae top rest of world, $20 at $9. And then a $15 group betting multi, Sungjae to win Group E and DJ to win Group F at $12.37.
Very nice. Paul,
Can you read yours?
would you like me to go first?
Yeah, you go.
Okay. $10 each on these 4 players to win. Rory, JT, Matty Fitz, and Tony at 11s, 13s, 25s, and 31s. 20 both on Rory and JT top 5s at 325 and 350. 10 on both Matthew Fitzpatrick and Tony Finau top 5s at $5 and $7. $20 on Sungjae top 20 at $250. $20 on Ryan Fox top 40 at $288. A $20 multi, Sungjae top 40 into Matt Fitzpatrick top 20 at $344.
So you can do that,
Yep,
On this
majors
tournament.
you
Majors,
can.
you
Yes. Yep.
just not the same player
No, or the same
or the same.
market.
Yep.
Got $5 each on Rory and JT first round leaders at 17s and 21s. $10 on Sungjae top rest of the world at 9s. I think you had that same bet.
Yep.
And then I'm going to save 20 for a couple of power plays. They should be out later today or Wednesday. When you hear this, they should be available. Cool. Can't read, and he's trying to add too for those.
Okay, right, I'm with you. Here we go. Matthew Fitzpatrick, 20 to win at 25s, 30 for a top 5 finish at 5s. Mito Pereira, 10 to win at 51s, 10 for a top 5 finish at 14s. Ryan Fox, 10 to win at 131, 10 on a top 10 finish at 12. HV3, $10 for a top 5 finish at 14s and $10 for a top 10 finish at 8s. A Group B winner. In Group B, we have Joaquin Neiman, Sungjae Hideki Group B, we have Cameron Smith, Patrick Cantley, Xander Schauffele, and Matthew Fitzpatrick. I'm taking Matthew Fitzpatrick at $4 to win Group B, putting 40 on him.
Oof.
And Group E betting, if Brooks is fit, this is a giveaway. Joaquin Neiman is in Group E, at 320. Sungjae Im is at 330. Hideki Matsuyama at 375. Brooks Koepka is at $4 to win Group E, putting 40 on Brooks at $4. And then I've got $10 left for a power play once Cowboy and the betting team have those markets out.
Nice. Brooks.
Just in case.
Okay. That'll do us, I think, actually. Enhanced
You're doing, yeah.
bonus back. Enhanced golf bonus back is back, baby. Place a pre-tournament outright winner bet through its TAB account on the US Open this week. And if your player doesn't win but finishes inside the top 20, we will refund your bet up to $50 as a bonus bet. First bet only.
So only
First bet only.
the first bet you place on a player, that's it.
Pre-tournament,
Pre-tournament.
and it starts quite
Pre-tournament.
early,
Yeah, it does.
before
It's
midnight on Thursday.
Thursday,
so,
like 10
yeah.
o'clock, 10:30 or something.
Does it have to be $10 or more?
Does. I said that, didn't I? Did I not?
That's,
Yeah.
No, I don't think it has to
that's
be.
Tony Finau territory, right?
Does it have to be $10 or more?
No, it's just
No, it's just
up to.
up to
Yeah.
$50.
Oh, of course, yeah. So I was thinking of something else we used to do.
But if you're gonna have a crack, you might as well put $10 on
Thanks
it.
for that.
How good.
Of all your $10 going on your best there,
Tony Finau territory. That's,
Yeah.
yeah.
definitely. Righto. That'll do us, fellas. Thank you.
Plenty of viewing to get stuck into this weekend.
There is.
Mm.
Ryan Fox tees off at like 6:20 on Friday morning, our time.
That's great.
Great time.
Mm.
Will we see him?
Probably not. Patrick, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Cal.
Paul, thanks. Good
Yeah.
stuff. And to all of you out there, thanks for listening.
Let's do it.
Good luck with your punting this week on the US Open, and we will be back next week on the Cut Line.